How's it going, guys? I just really quickly want to say thank you to everyone that watched my Worlds 2019 Phoenix reaction and opinions video. You guys have, like, I can't believe how many people have watched it. It's really crazy to see the number. But yeah, it's got me really excited for Worlds this year. So I'm going to try and make sure I'm uploading as much as I can. I'm really liking the groups that have been drawn. So I really want to share my thoughts with you guys, and I want to start some conversations about the groups because I think it'll be really interesting this year. So with that being said, this video is going to be my 2019 predictions for the first day of games. I'm just going to do a day at a time for my predictions, so I'll be uploading a lot, but I just want to keep it as fresh in detail and analysis in terms of like for Sunday's games, using information from Saturday's games to help with the predictions, and what I think are the key factors that will play into each of those games. So with that being said, we'll start with the first game. So already starting off the group stage with an insanely good matchup. Like, there's so much history behind these teams. Really excited for this matchup. I probably won't be able to watch it live because this weekend I'm actually working overnight, so I'm gonna finish work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's when this game starts for me. So I might stay up for it, but I don't know. If I stay up for this one, I'll have to stay up for the next one, and I can't stay up for all of these, so probably won't be able to see it. Probably have to watch a VOD of it, but I think this is gonna be the battle for first place in Group C. I think that Fnatic has the best chance to take the win against SKT in this game, rather than the second time that they face each other in the group stage, just because I think SKT has always historically been a great team for adapting to the play styles of their teams in each patch. And since SKT won't have a lot of information to go off of, because they haven't seen Fnatic play, because they weren't play-ins or anything like that, then I think that edge definitely goes towards Fnatic. I know that the same can be said about SKT, but I think Fnatic is more likely the team that'll play something that's a little off meta, or something that could be slightly different, that could really change the way that the game's played, like the Garen Yumi or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a mage in the bot lane. I don't think that they should necessarily put Reckless on a mage, but I definitely think that something like that is an option. That's why I think that the surprise factor is definitely going to be helpful for Fnatic. So we'll see how that plays into it. But I think the key players to watch is definitely the bot lane matchup. I think that surprise factor, if there is going to be one that's decided on in the draft phase, it's going to be in the bot lane. But I'm still going to give SKT the edge, and that's who I'm going to predict to win this game. But if Fnatic does win, I think, or does take a game off SKT, I think it'll be in the first game. So moving on to the next one, RNG versus Clutch. It's pretty likely going to be a RNG win, but I am curious to see how Clutch is actually going to do in this game, to see if they can put up a fight. They have a lot of games behind them already in the play-ins, so in terms of the jitters of the world stage, I think they'll be fine with it now. I know that it's still intimidating being up against a world-class team such as RNG that's historically always been a big contender at Worlds, but I think it's definitely going to be a good indicator of how Clutch will do, to see if they can take any games off of any of these teams, because it's clearly not going to be an easy group for them. Like, I think I would be surprised if they got 2 wins. I think they'll go 0-6. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a win off of one of the teams, but I think they're probably more than likely. I think they're going to be 0-6 in this group. But the key players to watch in this game, it's definitely the jungle matchup. Lyra really needs to be on point to keep up with Karsa. I think the Rift Herald control at 10 minutes is going to be what decides the match. I know Clutch really enjoys, their, like, the Clutch memes of 10-minute Rift Heralds, but I think that RNG will probably have some sort of lead in terms of tempo and priority in lanes, that they'll be able to just be able to play around the Rift Herald a little better. I am interested to see how it goes in terms of the control around Rift Herald. So I think that 10-minute mark is going to be a key indicator of how the game's going to play out. But still, I definitely see RNG as the team that will take the edge over in that game. Third game here is IG versus AHQ. I think it's clearly IG's game to lose. I think it's really easy for them to win. I think they have an easy win condition against AHQ. I think they really have to screw up to lose this game. I think the only way that IG can really lose is in draft. But again, it's a simple draft to win. I think Jackie Love on any like meta AD carry, you know, the Xayah, the Kaisa, Ezreal, anything like that, I think it's really easy for them to use that to their advantage and win. I think the other thing too would just be having the support on a tanky engaged champion like you know, Nautilus or Alistar. I think that combination is definitely going to be a way to cleanly play out this game and take the advantage from the beginning of the game to the very end. Damwon, this one I'm really excited for. I might get into not trouble, but it may be the NA pride. I'm not sure. But anyways, I'll just explain my thought process first and then give my decision. But I think in this group, drawing Damwon, Team Liquid needs every win that they can secure to make it out of groups. I think that they definitely have still an opportunity to make it out of groups. Even though Damwon's looking pretty strong, only dropping one game in the play-in stage, which was to Low-Key in the best of 5. But Low-Key won that game through a very interesting draft that I think Team Liquid could definitely play. There was another game, I think it was game 3, that Low-Key was pretty close to, or not close to winning, but it was definitely their second best game. They had very high pressure picks in terms of the champion abilities. So in game 1 they had Shen, TF, Gragas, and I don't remember the last one, but anyways, the abilities like 2 global abilities and a predator jungler with the high pressure pushing AD carry of Tristana. I think that's definitely the type of draft that Team Liquid should look for in this game to try and pull off the win against them. So I know that Damwon also picked the Garen Yuumi, which I don't think was very good for them, but I still think that it's pretty likely that they may pick something that's not a traditional AD carry, because even in the other game they picked Yasuo as their bot laner. So you definitely could see something that's not traditional coming out from the bot lane of Damwon, and I think that Team Liquid can definitely use that as their advantage. So I think the key picks to watch would be the Shen pick up for Impact, which I think Impact is I think that's perfect pick for him, especially in this type of game. And in the jungle pick for Xmithie, I don't want to see him on anything that's like, you know, the Kiana or Nocturne, like none of those. He never really picks champions like that, but I really want to see him on a Predator jungler like Gragas or Skarner. I think would be a good option too, or a Jarvan. I think that would be good for a lot of pick potential, which I think is their best way of capitalizing against Damwon with a lot of global pressure, and then having just the overall advantage of that global pressure to take control over the map, and then use that to take over major objectives like the dragons, like the Baron, Rift Herald, stuff like that. So I guess what's left is my final prediction. I'm gonna give the edge to Team Liquid on this one. I know that's it'll probably bite me, but I think that Team Liquid has a smart enough team and coaching staff to realize there is a clear win condition there. I think that is definitely the weak point for Damwon, is high pressure champions like that, like the global ultimates. So I'm interested to see how that goes. I think the only thing that could really negatively impact them would be through the mid lane. So I'm curious to see how Jensen does. But I think it's something that can definitely be controlled. So I'm giving the edge to Team Liquid for this one. Probably won't be the same for the next time they match up against each other, but we'll see. The next game is J Team versus Fun plus Phoenix. It's kind of similar to IG and AHQ. It's just basically second seed versus second seed, and China and Taiwan versus number one and number one seeds. So I think it's pretty similar. In terms of win condition as well, I think simple draft and execution of the early game, and I think Fun Plus will just basically walk over J Team. I don't really think J Team has any real chances of winning the game. I think if they really wanted to go balls to the wall to get that win, I think that their best option would be a really intensely aggressive early game comp, maybe with a bit of cheese in there. Like if they played something that's, you know, like a really aggressive early game bot lane, like I kind of want to see them do like a kill bot lane, like 2 top laners or something like that. Like I need to see something that's not traditional to throw off the momentum of the game and keep things on edge for Fun Plus. And I don't think that J Team's going to be the team that makes that decision in draft. I think that they're going to play traditional. If they were going to make a move like that and play something that's really off meta, I think it would be in the second round of the groups. So I think by then it would be too late for them to make any moves in terms of the standings, but I don't see that happening. But I think it's definitely the game that they try and do something like that, but we'll see. So definitely giving that to Fun Plus Phoenix. So last game of the day is Gigabyte Marines versus Splice. I think this is going to be an interesting game. I really want to see if Splice have what it takes to make it out of this group. I think that for my pick'ems, I'll probably put them as number 2. I haven't decided yet. Pick'ems isn't out yet, so I still have some time to decide. I'm going to make a video on that as well, by the way. I'm just recording this one now because Pick'ems isn't out yet, so I have time to make a video, so I might as well make my predictions for the day. Anyways, but based off their performance against UOL, I'm not entirely sure how Splice is going to do in the group. I think that they have learned a lot from the play-in stage, and I think it's going to help them. I think that what they want in terms of draft is just an aggressive jungler, like they were picking against UOL, so they definitely know that that's their strong suit of, you know, the Nocturne or the Kiana. I think Kiana will be the higher priority one. I think it'll get banned against them. But I don't really want to see Xerxes on anything that's kind of more control oriented, like the Jarvan or Gragas or anything like that. I want to see like high kill pressure jungler that is gonna pop off in the game. As well, I think that Chachi needs to be on something that has great split push potential as well as team fight engage. They lose the engage with the aggressive jungler, so I think that needs to be made up for in the top lane, and I think they understand that, and that's why against UOL they're picking things that had the clean engages like the Shen, the Gnar, the Kennen. I think those are going to be really good for pressure in the side lanes while also having a really good TP flanked for engagement, and I think that's going to be their clear win condition. Aside from that, just Kabe on a traditional AD carry. I like his Jhin as a pocket pick. I don't think they should have it as highly prioritized as they do, because I think they picked it 2 out of the 5 games and they won 1, lost 1. I think they still have the right priority list though of Xayah and Kai'Sa as higher up. So I think Xayah, Kai'Sa is good. I think if they can get one of those 2, again, it's definitely going to help them with their win condition. I think it's a pretty easy draft for them to win as long as they pretty much stay consistent with what they did through the play-ins. I think they'll take this win over Gigabyte Marines. I just want to see what type of changes they'll make for the other teams in the group, because I think Gigabyte Marines is probably going to be the weakest one in the group. So I'm curious to see what type of changes they'll make in terms of their draft for the other 2 teams in the group. So yeah, so those are my predictions for the day. So we have SKT over Fnatic, RNG over Clutch, IG over AHQ, TL over Damwon, Fun Plus over J Team, and Splice over Gigabyte Marines. So I'm going to be making sure I get my predictions for each day of the games out the day before. Keep an eye out for those. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I'm missing anything or your reasons for your decisions as well. I want to see what you guys pick as well. And then Keep an eye out for my pick'ems video in terms of my overall group placements and who I think will make it out of groups, and I'll explain my reasoning for why. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.